So today on Meet the Intern, we have Nick Wright. He's a senior, graduated in the class of 2011, business major from the University of Pennsylvania. Hi, Nick. How are you doing today?
Good, thanks.
That's good. So we're just going to jump right into it. Got a few questions for you. First questions. How did you find your current internship? Was it through a job fair or a family friend?
Yeah, about 6 months ago, my dad mentioned that he knew this .com firm that he had found out through other business contacts, and he thought that I might consider applying there for an internship since it would kind of round out my experiences. So I did.
That's good. That's really good. Dad's watching out for you. That's always good.
I mean,
yeah. Yeah. So what's the hardest part about landing an internship?
I definitely say it's the search process. So, when you're looking for an internship, you go through every avenue possible. You go through, like I did, my family, my friends, but you also go through search sites and, trying to figure all that together and looking through that all takes a very long time. It can be very frustrating. So that was definitely the hardest part.
Definitely understand. So with the internship that you have right now, what are some of the responsibilities that they have on your plate and some of the duties and what's part of your workload?
Sure. Well, right now I'm basically kind of a rotational intern.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to spend time on the marketing department, looking at, the way we promote and the way we sort of, I do some media outreach. I'm about to start working on a financial accounting project. I've been doing a whole lot of sort of site brainstorming and trying to figure out how best to deliver our product to the consumer. So I really get around to a lot of different parts of the site.
It's good. It's always good to dip your finger into all the different spectrums of a company. So that kind of segues perfectly into my next question, which is, what's your favorite part of the internship that you have right now? What's your favorite thing?
Okay, sure. I mean, I think the favorite part is definitely we have meetings a couple times a week to go over various parts of the site and how we deliver content and what's the best, most efficient, most engaging way to try to deliver what our site is there for to the consumer that we're looking at. So for me, being able to take part in that, and since I'm part of the demographic that we as a company target, it's really rewarding to be able to make suggestions and see those eventually get actually put onto the site.
Right, having input as an intern is like a privilege in a way, and that's really cool to let you do that. It's awesome. Leads me to my next question. What's your ultimate career goal? The top, but what do you want to do?
I mean, I'd like to rule the world, but I've been told that that's a little bit more difficult to do than it used to be.
Tyranny's not really welcome well.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess just in general, I'd like to kind of work in an industry that I enjoy and work hard, but at a certain point, once I've sort of established myself there and hopefully plan well for retiring and saving, etc. I'd like to be able to kind of move off into the teaching space and try to sort of pass along some of the stuff that I've learned onto the next generation.
That sounds good. And as far as what you've learned, how is this internship helping you reach that goal?
Oh, sure. Well, I've worked a couple of places that have been sort of more traditional established industries. So things like real estate, financial services, marketing. And what this has done is basically given me an avenue into the tech and internet sector, which I hadn't been able to work in before. So what it does, it really rounds me out as a job applicant and makes it so that all those doors in the tech and internet space are open to me, since now I can say, hey, I've done this and I had this experience, as opposed to trying to say, hey, I've done some real estate, which really isn't related.
Exactly. Right. That's good. That's good. It's good. You're very general, which is good. How many internships do you expect to complete by the time you graduate? How many have you had so far?
Well, this will be my last as I graduate this coming year, and we'll be hopefully having a job in a couple months.
Awesome.
And this will make it 6.
Awesome. That's good. And what's the number one piece of advice that you can give to a prospective intern?
Sure. For someone seeking an internship, I'd say that you need to follow the golden rule. And so by the golden rule, I mean the proverb where you do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. And so what I mean by that is when you're applying to somewhere, think about what you're about to do, emails you're going to send, ways you're going to dress, all that kind of stuff from the perspective of the person interviewing you, and say, are they going to like what I'm going to do here? What my actions are going to mean to them? So definitely understanding that your first impression is likely to be the lasting impression, and if you screw it up, the last impression.
Yes, sir, that's very true. Very true. So I'm going to ask you a question, and we'll play a little role play on the employer. You're the prospective intern. So what's your greatest weakness?
My greatest weakness. I'd say my greatest weakness is I'm not very good at blindly following sort of, you know, instructions that I'm getting from someone maybe, up above me in the food chain. And what I mean by that is it's not like I'm given something and I say, oh no, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I mean is that I'm given a task and certain instructions on how to do it, and I think there might be a better way to do it or more efficient way. I'm likely to explore that a bit and maybe ask them permission if I can do it that way, if I think it'll be quicker or better, and
More
see if
efficient.
that's okay, as
Right.
opposed to, just doing it one way, that I've just been told, even though maybe there's a different way to do it that I think might be better.
Right. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and
My pleasure.
stopping by. I'm sure our viewers loved your input, and thank you. So have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a good one.